In this episode, I'll be fitting upgraded throttle bushes to a Jaguar V12. Welcome back to Living with a Classic, and if you're new to my channel, I hope you stick around and consider subscribing. I put new videos every week on some Jaguar and classic car related content, like this 1991 Jaguar XJS V12 convertible. Like many of these old V12s, it suffers from bad throttle bushes. They're sitting pretty down low in the engine bay. There's a lot of strain on them, and I mean, these cars are 30, 40 years old now, so of course that little plastic bushing or nylon or rubber or whatever it was made of originally has worn out, or in some cases just fallen away. On this car they've actually pretty much just fallen away. At least half of it is gone, the other half is still in there but not in the best condition. I do, however, still have the original ones, or at least the original style ones, on my 1977 XJ12 behind me as well. So we're going to have a look at those and see what they look like. However, a good friend of the channel, Jonas Loda, who restored my auxiliary air valve, which I showed a video of it. I'll put a link to that up above. I've used his half moon seals, his aluminum half moon seals, on my AJ6 and the XJ40, and they're fantastic. He sent me these a couple weeks ago. It's his newest project. They are throttle bushes for the V12 that are very easy to fit. They're custom made. You don't need to take anything off the engine to fit them. You just remove the old bush with a screwdriver or something, which I'll show you in a little bit. You push this one on, it locks on with a little circlip or little ring. Nice thing is that they're made of Teflon, so they'll last a very, very long time. So you'll probably never have to, think about them again. You might be wondering, well, what's so important about these bush? Well, I've kind of already made a video about that where I showed you, or made a whole series about tuning a Jaguar V12. And the first part was setting the throttle butterflies and the throttle linkage. And this is what connects the top half of the throttle linkage basically out into the shafts and out into the butterflies. So if there's play down there, there's no point in really adjusting anything on the car because it's not going to be correct. It might be correct at idle, but then at any other throttle position, it's not going to be correct at all. And like I mentioned, that video series, which I will link to up above and down below, that is the most important thing if you want to tune this engine. There's no point in going through and checking any other things if you haven't checked that those throttle discs are balanced and set correctly at the open at the same time. Because basically the Jaguar V12 is two, 6-cylinder engines next to each other. They're trying to run in tune. So we're going to go over to the cars. We'll have a look at the original bushings, which are still in okay shape. I mean, we're starting to get some play in them, but they're still at least there. So I'll show you what those look like, and then I'll set up the camera on the XJS here, and we'll replace one of these. I'll show you how quick and easy it is. I've already done one side, so I'm going to set up the camera, and I'll do it completely live, uncut on camera. I'll show you how quick and easy it's done. It's, a 2 or 3 minute job, and you're done with these new ones in place. So let's head over to the cars and try them out. Let's start by having a look at the bushings on my 1977 XJ12. These still have the original style bushings. They might have been replaced at some point because they're actually in pretty good condition. There's no play on this side, and there's a tiny bit of play on the other side, but it's nowhere near as bad as I'll show you on the bad side of the XJS. I mean, the bushing's still there. Usually they're completely missing, and this is just flopping around. And a lot of owners don't check this. I did make a video, like I mentioned, on checking your throttle linkage, making sure everything is working well. There's no point in adjusting your throttle linkage if your bushings are bad, because nothing is going to be correct except at idle. So it's very important to make sure that those, there it is, that those bushings are in good condition. I already replaced one of them with the new Teflon bushing over here on the XJS, and it was super easy to install. I had a little bit of old bushing over there. I can just push it out with a screwdriver, and this just pushes in and the circlip locks in place. It's a great upgrade because nothing needs to be removed. So you can do everything in place, because otherwise if you need to get this bracket off and then all of this needs to be removed, you need new gaskets, and it's a pain. So this was a very nice upgrade. So now, no play whatsoever on this side. Everything moves nice and smoothly. But let's head over to the other side and I'll show you what a bad bushing looks like. And here is what a bad one looks like. As you can see, There's a lot of play in that. I can move the shaft a lot. And the outer part of bushing is just completely gone. It's just the inner part right there. A little piece of rubber, that's all that's left. So you can see that is really flopping around a lot, so that's not great. I'll set up the camera and I'll show you how easily you can put in that new bushing. I have to get this small part of the old one out first. And what a difference it's going to make. It's going to make sure that it doesn't flop around at all. So I've set up a bright light here so hopefully you guys can see well. Here is the shaft and sticking out there. It's from this side that we're going to push on that new bushing. And half of the old one is still in place. It's the black ring you can see back there. If you have the whole one in place, there'll be another part on this side like we saw on the XJ12. Then you'll have to take that off as well. Usually it's really brittle, so a screwdriver in there, you can crack it, or some small pliers. On the other side, you just put in a screwdriver here, turned it a bit, and it started to fall into pieces in my hand, and I could pull it out quite easily. So let's hope it's the same on this side. And here are the new pieces. So there's that bush, very nice in Teflon. And there's the locking, circlip ring. It's very important not to put that on the bush until everything's on the shaft, and that's really the most important part of instructions you get with this kit. So I'm going to put the ring to the side and the bush for now. I'm going to do everything in real time so you can see how quick and easy it is. So I'm going to start by getting this out without getting into my hand and hopefully not obscuring the camera. By just getting a screwdriver in here and trying to break up. As you saw, a piece of it already fell out. It's on the ground. See if I can get the rest of it out in one hand. See if it will focus on it. And there is half of the old bush that was left, and the other half fell on the ground. So you see it's very brittle. It's gonna, just fall into pieces in your hand. So let's put that to the side. Here's the nice new one, but before I put it in place, we'll make sure it looks nice and clean in here and there are no pieces left of the old bush at all. If there's anything left, you need to clean it off and make sure it's a nice clean area so you don't destroy the new bush, of course. And I'll push it into place like that, and then just center it in the hole. I'm trying to hold my hands so that I don't cover anything. So you see that's in all the way, and the little place for the circlip will cut out is through the bracket on the other side. So I'll take that nice little clip and put that into place. Trying not to cover it up with my hands so you guys can still see it. There it is, and I'm just gonna push that into place. And hopefully you guys can hear that click as well. Now that it's in place, you can see I'm really trying to tug on this and it's not moving at all. It's completely held in place, and the throttle still feels really nice and smooth and it moves very well. And that's it installed. So you see how quickly that was done? What was that, 2 minutes or something? It's probably done a lot faster if you're not talking and doing it on camera. I've already done both sides, so let's have a look at both sides again and see how nice it looks. Okay, so let's see how smoothly it moves on both sides. So let's look over here. See, that moves very nicely. No play whatsoever. Let's go over to the other side again. And once again, that moves very nicely and no play whatsoever. Unfortunately, I can't really take it for a test drive right now, but I will in the near future to bring you guys along for a test drive. It's just that I just emptied out all the coolant a few days ago. I'm right now filming an episode on replacing all the coolant hoses here, so that's why I can't start it up. But as soon as I replace those and bled the system, you guys will see that video. Then in a following video, we'll take this one out on the road because I've had a lot of requests. People just want to see this car out on the road and hear it with the special intakes and the slightly modified exhaust. So we'll do a nice startup. You guys can hear how it sounds. I'll go for a long test drive and just have a nice look at this car. But that will be in a few weeks or so when everything is done and back on the road again. And that's it for this video, and I want to especially thank a friend of the channel, Jonas Loda, for making this product and sending them over. I think they're absolutely a fantastic idea that you can fit them without having to remove anything, and that they're made of a better material than the original ones, and also they look very nice, which I think you need to make aesthetically pleasing products, especially when you're fitting them to such a beautiful engine like the Jaguar V12. So when I saw that he was developing these, I immediately asked if I could purchase a set, at least for the XJS, because I knew they were pretty much shot, and then in the near future I was going to replace them on the XJ12 as well. But he was very kind and he sent me a set over free of charge to try out, and I'm very impressed with the product. So if your throttle bushes are bad, check these out because I think you'll be very happy with them. I put his contact information down below so you can check that out in the description. And he's made some really cool other projects as well, and I think he's always working on new ways to improve the Jag V12 or just make Jag ownership easier. Like he rebuilds the auxiliary air valve, which I highly recommend if yours isn't working correctly or if it's never been rebuilt. Send it over to him when you're not using your car for a while. He turns them around pretty quickly and you'll be so happy with your improved idle. I already made a video about that. There's a link down below. He's also made those cool little aluminum half moon seals that I've already fitted to one of my cars. And I do have some cool banjo bolts that he's made, which is uprated banjo bolts and sealing rings for the oiling up to the camshafts on the V12. So I'm going to fit those to my XJ12 in the near future, and you'll see those as well. That's a very neat project as well. Anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and let me know what you think of this really cool little project. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot. And until next time, I'm Adam, and this was Living with a Classic. I'll see you soon.